Hello all. I quickly want to share this video to you once again. I am speaking to you from the Africa social intellect. The reason for this video is for you to be extremely understand what is happening in our world today. And do not forget to share this video, subscribe to our channel, let this video go viral. Let me just go straight to the point. When this president came to power, his major primary reason why he came to power is to reinstate the white supremacy. Sorry to say, without having to understand that the world has changed a lot. The world has changed a lot and is different from what it has been 40 years, 50 years ago. And we have had these minority groups, especially the black Americans, whose parents were brought into that country, they were enslaved. Until today, they still face those maltreatments. Despite all these histories, we now have somebody who refused to understand, because I am sure as it is, the world should have been apologizing today over what they did to the black community. So we now have somebody who refused to understand what the message is all about. So he came and began to change certain laws. As you cannot see, a lot of black folks, they have been denied access to proper housing. They have been denied access to business. They have been denied, many of them, their life is more worthless. Because if they go to bank to seek for loan, the possibility of them having that loan to run a business is very, very slim. Every road to a black man's progress in America is closed. The road is closing every day. We can then see how a black man cannot be murdered on a cold-blooded light in America. Black citizens of America has not, their life is in danger on a daily basis. Even to come out is a problem because they don't know if they might be the next victim of police brutality. The thing is this one. There's one thing this president don't really know. There is a strong message coming up which he fails to understand because it's callous. Do not forget what happened to the Israelites in the land of Egypt. When God was severely dealing with them, making them to know, sending a message to Pharaoh that, listen, I want to prove to you that I am God. You might have the power you think you have, but your power is nothing before me. This president came to power in order to regenerate the white supremacy in America. That has always been his plan. Every plan that this president is making is failing, but God is giving him sign. He still don't really understand what is happening here. Now, this coronavirus came, sorry to say, and start killing people. People who has been affected disproportionately, unfortunately, is the whites. This is the truth. Now, let's not even go to the issue of white and black or whoever it is. Let's come in here. Whether you are black or white or Hispanic, whatever color you may be, we are just one human being. We are just one human being created by God and who want to live as one people. This is who we are. This is the way we should see ourselves. This is the way we have to live as people. But we have people who are segregator. They want to separate us every day. Everything in their spirit is to separate us. Now, what happens now? When this coronavirus outbreak broke out, majority of the casualties you're seeing, they are the white people. This president was not happy about that because his major purpose of him coming to power is failing. He could say it. He was very angry. Then the next he has to do is to quickly draw a strategy that will make these people that he has come to power to fight against to actually kill them, to execute his plan, the plan that he's been having against these people. He began to change the story. He changed the story. He came to news and began to use a language that the numbers of black people who are likely to be affected by this coronavirus is so disproportionate that the numbers of death in these minority groups, it could be 4 times higher than the white people. My brother, this is not true. This was a strategy that was planned to murder these people. Maybe you think I am joking here. I'm going to show you something here. Just watch this video.
Advocacy groups don't give a shit about these people. Like, literally, like, Black lives don't matter here. I know I'm a fucking good nurse. I know I go in there and I give it 500% every day. I know I'm not being negligent. Okay, I fucking know that. What I need is someone to help me save these people from being killed. Okay, from gross negligence and complete medical mismanagement. And no one is listening to me.
This is the incident. Let me tell you this. You have to be extremely intelligent to understand what this president is trying to do here. First,
because you've all been reading about the disproportionate numbers on African American, and you're reading a little bit less about Hispanic, but likewise Hispanic communities. The numbers are disproportionate. In fact, we're doing big studies on it right now. We don't like it.
The word used, disproportionately. Disproportionately is a terrifying word that you can often use to describe things that are extremely serious. All this was a strategy to systematically drag these innocent black men and women and those minority groups into the hospital and systematically kill them.
Guys, they're not dying of COVID, okay? I am literally telling you that they're murdering these people.
Because he discovered that these people, they do not die of this virus like that. Despite that majority of that medical professionals there in America, they are these minority groups, which is the blacks or the Hispanics. Now, because the world is becoming more intelligent than it has always been.
Provide care to 28 million people living in medically underserved urban and rural regions, including many African American and Hispanic communities. We're taking care of them. And
when this news breaks out, people are becoming too cynical. We knew from the one, this president don't really like black people like that. How come that he wants to be the messiah of these black people? Is it that he cares about these people so much? That is why this news is coming up? No, that wasn't the case. People become extremely intelligent. There were news by all these Africa intelligence and other intelligent agencies advising these communities, if you have any symptoms of this virus, do not go to hospital. Because what they're going to do is that when you go there, that is the beginning of them, putting their life in danger. The consequence of that is death because it's planned. Just have a look at this video.
So if anyone's got any idea what the hell I can do to save my one black guy before they completely transfer me out of this hospital, that would be great. Because he's mentally there.
This is what happened. And this is not a black lady. This is a white lady confessing what is happening in the hospital. And this video go viral. This president's plan failed. He failed here. And he still could not learn. He don't want to learn. The next thing he wants to do is to use the law enforcement agency to crack down on these people, to kill these people, to the fact that he's not able to drag them into the hospital and kill them. The only thing remains is to use force. And this is what you are seeing in our street today. We are seeing young men and women. Just watch this again.
Stop, bro. What's your password? What's your...
Don't do this, bro.
Stop, Josh, stop. Stop, bro. Stop, Josh, stop. Stop hitting them, bro. Just stop.
Did you see that? The first question I want to ask you is this one. That is a law enforcement agent, a full grown-up adult, maltreating a young girl of this particular race in this manner. Now, the question is this one. If he is coming and sees somebody or another policeman maltreating his daughter like this, how will he feel? Will he be happy? What if this young girl, she's a white girl? How would the world see it? What if this young girl was a white girl? How would the president feel about it? This is the reality of what is happening in our world today. The brutality of the law enforcement agency you see on the streets of America every day, do not think they are working on their own. It's organized crime that these presidents have designed to crack down on these people. First, he do not like these people. And the numbers of casualties as a result of this coronavirus is highly disproportionate among the white ethnic backgrounds. He's not happy about that. God is giving him sign and is not willing to listen. So what he has to do is to physically prove his anger against this community, against these people, against these innocent men and women who are just walking on the streets, not looking for trouble. Look at the case of George Floyd.
I can't breathe. Please, the name of it. I can't breathe.
This is what we are seeing. Recent research shows that the highest numbers of prisoners in America, they're actually the black. Even when they don't commit crime, they are 20 times likely to be put in prison.
I stand with the protesters. And I think all well-meaning Americans stand with the protesters. It's not an isolated incident. It is a continuum of cases and situations that have been going on for decades and decades and decades. These are just chapters in a book. And the title of the book is Continuing Injustice and Inequality in America.
Now, let me tell you. Go to the street of America today. The white people, they are tired of this politics, of segregation. They are tired of this politics of segregating this set of people. They are wondering, if we go to university, at every university, these black people, they perform even better than us. Why is it that they do not even have the same opportunity as we have after graduation? They see this as a crime against humanity. That is why you are seeing the white folks in their majority turning up on the street to send a message to this authority. Enough is enough of this. Can't you just allow these people, allow them economic opportunity, allow them access to business, allow them access to peace of life? The system is designed to favor a particular set of people. They said this must change. Thank God to the young men and women, black men, white men of America who are turning up on the street to say enough is enough for this nonsense. This is what I've always said. There are extremely good people among these communities. Then we have just few numbers of them who happens to have a way to the corridor of power. We are not seeing these presidents who, as a result of social media platform that he has been able to come into power, he is not trying to crack down on the social media. The question is this one. If what he is doing is genuine and is right, why will he try to block access to people who are speaking against it? So now he wants to take the fight to the social media. But the problem is this one. You can block certain social medias, but you cannot actually block access to individual mobile. People have millions means to share information. So the world has changed quite a lot. You cannot be able to do that. You see? This is the thing. And I want to appreciate you all who are watching this video right now, especially my white folks, the new generation. I always say this, you guys are good people. So I actually encourage all these things you're doing, but what I do not support is the violence that is basically coming into it. Please, I know you are angry. I will urge you to be very peaceful and go on the streets, go on the peaceful protest. We are also sending this message to the authorities. You have to listen to your people. Your people don't like what you are doing to their brothers and sisters. You still don't understand. It's like many of you do not understand that there's nothing like black and white or brown. The world is being so mixed now that we need to see ourselves as one people. And this is the way it's supposed to be. I will need you to see each and every one of you as one people out there and listen to the cry of your people. They want this change. I am sure many of you who happens to be in power today, you do not originally actually come from America. Because if you go back to history, you notice that your forefathers, they were immigrants. It's not because you were white. The Native Americans, they were not really white. This is what I want you to know. So we are all people who come from different places to form a union, known as country or nation. So do not buy into the idea of people who have come to destroy us. We will not be destroyed. We see ourselves as one people. Whether you are white, you are black or brown, whoever you are, for as long as you are human, this is the way we want to see ourselves. But we can see this president is failing. He is failing here. And I want to also use this medium to send message to every other Western authorities out there. Do not buy into the idea of these barbaric human beings whose heart is to instigate violence and kill people, innocent people of color. No, do not do that. Please, when you have a black folks in your country, treat them good. Treat them like your people. Treat them like your brother. And we have had millions of citizens of black folks out there in various prisons in this Western world. Please grant them a pardon this season and release them. This pandemic era is an eye-opener to all of us, where we can learn to forgive one another. Knows that whatever machines we would have built around us, they mean nothing to us if the plague happens. This is why we should live as one people. This is where we have to forgive one another. This is where we have to pardon one another. This is the time every citizen of this country have to join hands together in solidarity for those who has been oppressed and say we are sorry. We are willing to change things for good. And I am sure by the grace of God, we will all be able to live as one people. Thank you very much. This is a message coming from the Africa Social Intellect. I will need you to basically follow us on our Facebook page and, try as much as possible. We are running this program on a daily basis. The essence of this is to actually be able to release the truth about what is happening in our world today. And I hope to speak to you again. And bye for now.